And moving on to news from Sri Lanka, Sri Lankan Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe in a special statement to Parliament on Tuesday said the country will need $5 billion over the next 6 months to ensure basic living standards and is renegotiating the terms of a yuan-denominated swap worth $1.5 billion with China so as to fund essential imports.
Sri Lanka will need $5 billion over the next 6 months to ensure basic living standards, and the next 3 weeks will be a difficult time to obtain fuel and gas, Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe told Parliament on Tuesday. The island nation's worst economic crisis in 7 decades led to a shortage of foreign exchange that stalled imports of essential items such as fuel, medicine and fertilizer, provoking devaluation, street protest and a change of government. To tide over the turmoil, Sri Lanka will need about $3.3 billion for fuel imports, $900 million for food, $250 million for cooking gas and $600 million more for fertilizer this year, the Prime Minister said. The central bank has estimated the economy will contract by 3.5% in 2022, Wickremesinghe said, but added that he was confident growth could return with a strong reform package, debt restructuring and international support. The Indian Ocean nation of 22 million is negotiating a loan package worth about $3 billion from the International Monetary Fund, in addition to help from countries such as India, China and Japan. On Tuesday, the cabinet approved a 55 million credit line from India's Exim Bank to fund 150,000 tons of urea imports, a critical requirement as supplies have run out during the current cropping season. Sri Lanka was also renegotiating with China the terms of a yuan-denominated swap worth $1.5 billion agreed last year. The international terms provided that the swap could only be used if Sri Lanka maintained reserves equivalent to 3 months of imports. But with reserves now well below that level, Sri Lanka has to request China to reconsider the requirement and allow the swap to proceed, Wickremesinghe said. Wickremesinghe, who is also Finance Minister, will unveil an interim budget next month that he said aims to slash government expenses and looks to increase annual welfare spending to $500 million from about $350 million.